To check out how we graded prospects individually in this draft class, be sure to check the link at the bottom of the screen. The Los Angeles Rams made a ton of noise in free agency with the signings of Ndamukong Suh, Sam Shields, and the trade for both Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters. Also, they traded for Brandon Cooks, giving up a first-round pick. And he still had a load of picks in the 2018 NFL Draft to make some noise there as well. Brian Allen is a solid football player out of Michigan State that'll provide some good depth at center. Now, what I really liked was how they came in with 3 solid defenders in 3 consecutive picks, with John Franklin Myers of Stephen F. Austin, Micah Kaiser out of Virginia, and Obinna Okoronkwo out of Oklahoma. Each one of these guys attacks a position of need for the Rams. Franklin Myers gives them depth at all 3 defensive line spots. Kaiser is one of the best pure Mike backers in the draft, and Okoronkwo was one of the top edge guys in college football. Wade Phillips will find a way to get all 3 guys involved this season. Jamil Demby is a very underrated offensive lineman, capable of playing both guard and tackle. He was one of the premier tackles while at Maine in the FCS, in one of the FCS's toughest conference, and was solid all week long at the Senior Bowl. John Kelly out of Tennessee is a strong runner that seems to break a lot of tackles. He's going to have a great opportunity to push for the RB2 job behind Ty Gurley. And I think Justin Lawler is a solid all-around defensive end. He can play with his hand on the ground or up as an edge rusher. I think he has game that's very similar to what they have on a roster in Matt Longacre. Larry Rose III was one of my favorite backs in this draft class. He has the explosive home run hitting capability that puts a defense on edge. I can see him thriving in a role similar to how they utilized Tavon Austin last season. Don't sleep on his ability to also push for that RB2 job as well. This is a great fit for him. Gray Scales out of Indiana was a solid backer for the Hoosiers. This is another good landing spot for an undrafted free agent, as he can instantly make an impact on special teams. Chucky Williams has terrific football instincts and ball skills. He's coming off of a great week of work down at the East-West Shrine game and can also serve as a server role as an overhang defender. And Luis Perez was prolific this year at Texas A&M Commerce as he led the Golden Lions to the Division II National Championship. He was also the Harlan Hill Trophy winner, which is the Division II equivalent of the Heisman Trophy. He, in my opinion, is already the second best quarterback on the roster. The Rams get a B+ for their draft. It's impressive that despite doing a ton in free agency, this team was still able to find some outstanding football players that can impact their team in year 1 in this year's draft. They've added depth on defense and found some really good prospects at running back and at quarterback.